Thank you so much, sir. A very good evening to all of you and welcome you all to this wonderful session. And today, in this use case, we are going to discuss something, one of the most important aspects, which is going to transform the way how we operate, and conduct our way of work as a chartered accountant. So, in this session, we are going to discuss an data visualization analytical tool known as Google Looker Studio. So, is my screen visible?
No, screen is not visible.
Let's check it once again.
Look clear.
Tech team, please help.
I will just check again. Is my screen visible now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, sure, sir.
Yes, visible.
This is one of the limitations of being technologically driven. So in today's session, we are talking about the world that can transform the way how we operate as a chartered accountant. It can transform the way how we conduct audits. It can transform the way how we make presentations. It can transform the way how we make our data entries and how we actually work in a fundamental manner. So in front of you, you can see there are many types of charts, and basically, there are types of visualizations which we can create with this one studio, which is known as Looker Studio. It is a platform by Google which is allowing us to enhance our productivity by 14 to 60%. This studio is a self-service business intelligence. So, a business intelligence software is the next level AI, which is integrating all the generative AI technologies that we are studying. And in addition to that, it is providing so many additional features, which is allowing us to do and achieve anything that we can think of. So, first of all, if you are creating a report, what happens many of the times, we need some visualizations, we need to have charts. We can have majority complex charts developed in a simplest time manner ever possible. Like if you see, we need to analyze our activity status of our employees, how our employees has been working. If we want to do a research to analyze about their productivity levels, if we want to analyze about the stock taking requirements, if we want to analyze how much, what is the trend of the inventory movements, we can make very in a very basic manner, we can make such advanced and complex charts. So data visualization is one aspect which this studio can achieve us. And in this session, what we are going to learn with this use case is how do we import data file, how do we make custom interactive dashboards, how do we blend multiple data sources, how do we perform visualizations, data filtering, and the most important aspect, if you have a company, you might be having hundreds of employees, you might be having thousands of employees, you may be having lakhs of employees. So don't you want one of the free software which is going to provide you such a collaborative platform, so easy to use that entire lakhs of your employees, they can coordinate with one another and they can be staying on the same network, and whatever they do can be synced by you as a manager or as a supervisor. So as we move ahead, let us first see the demo, which will make it more easy to understand what we are discussing. So we go on Google, we search for Looker Studio, and on the Looker Studio, we go on Looker Studio overview. So this is the file, how the page will look like. First, you need to sign in with your simple Gmail. You can do that. On the simple, there are plenty of templates which we can use, but for the sake of simplicity, let us go with a blank report. When we go with the blank report, the such kind of a page will open and it will ask us from what data do we want. So if you see that, you might be wondering that, sir, data visualization, that's not a big thing today. We can do that in Excel, we can do that in PPT. Why do we need this new software? So my dear sir, we need a new software because this particular platform allows us to get data from more than 900 databases. And we know that when we are working with a multinational corporation, or when we are ourselves one of the biggest CA firms in the world, we require scalable models. So we can have 900 data sets, but let us take one file upload. From here, I will do for file upload, and I will go up here. I have my data here, Looker Studio. This is my Excel file, but what I'm trying to show you is that this file will not work. Why this file will not work? Because this is an XLS file, which is the default Excel file. So this is not this will not work. If we want the Looker Studio to work, we have to operate in a file known as .csv. Only then, otherwise it will show an error. So I will go create new data set. I will go Looker Studio.csv file. It is very important because when we are trying to understand this aspect, it becomes very difficult to learn it. So it will now upload it. And then when we will upload it, we will see what all can we do with this AI-based platform for our reporting and presentation purposes. Creating a data is one aspect, but in order to play with that data is another aspect at all. Just think about it. I provide you a chart. In this chart, this is for 1 year's balance sheet. Yes, this is the balance sheet of a client right in front of you. This is a balance sheet for year number 1. You want to audit it. You see that, let me perform a comparative evaluation in line with my Indian accounting standards. You go for another chart right across to it. And in that other chart, in the first chart, you fix your year. You go to dimension, you put year 1. In another chart, you go and you put year 2. Now you will receive a very smart comparative evaluation about the changes that have happened in the balance sheet of a client. With this, a very simple example, you can basically understand what changes have gone in the stock inventory, how much level of creditors have changed, how much level of reserves and surplus have changed, what could be the possible reasons for the same. Let us move to another aspect, and if I show you about the scorecard, that was an aspect for if you are performing an auditing aspect. But what if you are preparing a report? You want to present it to someone. You open the file here and you show a scorecard. What is the scorecard? Scorecard, which is a tool to enhance your way of operations. Here, you can show how many data entries are in your set. You can change the metrics. You can show the total amount of sales level, how much amount of sales have happened in the past. So if I show you, because there is so much potential, but we have to be taken limited on time. This is one of the charts which I love the most. It is showing me that my sales in level 1 was 440K in the first year. I show quickly, I move to the next gauge to see what were the amount of sales of my client or myself for my next year. That is for year 2. So my chart is quickly showing me that in
Attention,
year 1, I
last 2
got
minutes remaining.
40K, and in year 2, I got 896K. And that is very easy to understand. So moving back to our PPT, we can have many complex presentations. We can analyze anything and everything in a very complex manner. These charts in front of you, we can create them very easily. And as I told you that we can have around more than 900 data sets. So we can import our data from all the platforms across the internet. And now the bonus point for which you all are waiting, iska cost kya hai? How much does it cost? So the free point is free. There is no charge for it. But the pro, if we want to go for the pro, that has a little bit of cost, but that is for the enterprise version. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it. We discussed a lot of beautiful points, and I suggest you to please look into it because it has a huge potential in our career. Thank you so much.